What is up, everybody? It's your boy Verdict here, and thank you so much for stopping by, as always. Now, this is not a clickbait, team. Whatever I say in the thumbnail, whatever I say in the title of this video, it is absolutely true. We are seeing right now the comeback of Succession Mystic into the meta. So, you guys might be wondering, Verdict, did we get buffed? Did we get buffed? Is there something on Global Labs? No, there isn't anything on Global Labs, and I am one of the most outspoken Mystic players out there about what our issues are. I make videos about this. This channel is a Mystic channel, with a little bit of a taste of my ego. But nonetheless, guys, what happened? Why all of a sudden Mystic is popping up everywhere? Why is Succession Mystic all of a sudden above the 50th percentile inside the entire game? What causes Awakening Mystic to really kind of be dropping more than what she should have been? And also, all of this after the 10% special evasion, 10% special attack buffs. So let me really break this down to you. This is really an informative video. I really want you guys to know this. Before I make all of the Mystic content that I have planned, we have a Gryphon Underground guide coming for Succession Mystic. I'm very excited about that. May or may not upload an entire hour of grinding somewhere. We'll see. And what happened? Why are all of a sudden Mystic players starting to pop off here and there? Why are we seeing this performance increase? So, obviously this is because of the 10% special attack damage that we got via our offhands. But in today's video, what we're going to talk is what and why exactly did this benefit Succession Mystic over other classes more, etc., and what happened with Awakening. So, in order for you to understand the 10% special attack, I really need to introduce a concept for you, and that is the concept of exponential growth. So, this is a normal thing in gaming. Basically, whenever you introduce a flat percentage increase, it's going to benefit more the player into the late game compared to the early game. The best example for this is, imagine it like this. You have a spell that deals 100 damage. When you add 10% damage, just for the sake of 10%, it's going to be 110. But if that spell deals 200 damage, then it's 220. So this means that the more you build up into the late game, the more this 10 percentile is going to affect you. Now, this is not 10 percentile in the case of BDO. It's 10% special attacks, which is 10% back attacks, 10% critical hit damage. So it really benefits classes differently. If you have a lot of hard-hitting spells, then this is going to affect you more. If you're more of a DPS kind of low-hit spell type of character, then it's going to affect you less. If you have pets, it's barely going to affect you at all, in the case of Awakening. So let's talk about Awakening now, because initially when I saw these 10% special attack damage buffs, I was like, okay, this is going to affect Awakening Mystic more than Succession, definitely, but then I totally forgot. And I may or may not be correct on this, so if anybody has this knowledge out, as I couldn't find anything really, please do tell me, but as far as I remember, pets are capped at 270 AP. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Now, Succession Mystic has no pets. Succession Mystic doesn't even have these hard-hitting abilities. She is really a constant. All of her abilities hit quite well, but they're not hard hitters. So essentially, Succession Mystic is a DPS class. She can dish some burst out, but she cannot really keep, bursting out, because it's just in the nature of the class to really be treated as a DPS class. Succession Striker is the same. Awakening Nova is the same. Once you start getting the stars up, you can make an argument for burst. But however, we're not here to talk about any of the other classes outside of Mystic. So, the 10% scaling... the 10% special attack damage that we got recently was really what caused Mystic to spike up in her performance. So much so, in fact, that Mystic right now is above the 50th percentile, or on some spots even optimal. And these optimal spots are Gryphon Underground and Olin's Valley so far. And Mystic is popping off right now on other mid-tier spots, but nonetheless, mid-game, she is fantastic. I couldn't recommend you more to play Mystic into the mid-game nowadays, especially after these changes. Awakening or Succession, it doesn't matter. Both of them are perfect onto the mid-game. But right now, and I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, Succession Mystic is better than Awakening Mystic into the end game. And I never thought that would really happen. So, what caused Awakening Mystic to not scale up this much? Well, obviously, it's the pets. I'm going to show you right now something over here onto my Mystic, which I've recently revamped. Basically, she looks kind of different. As you can see, the Larzek outfit, the horns, some of the drip for the people that care. But nonetheless, guys, let's have a look into two abilities And it's going to be very interesting for you guys to see, at least I think it would be. But the purpose of this is really to show you the difference in this exponential growth concept that I've just introduced to you. So let's take into consideration Prime Rage Hammer and the Sea Burial, which is, sorry, not Sea Burial, the Rising Dragon, which is the ability for the Awakening. Now, if you look at the 3 Martial Spirit Shards, we're going to go and focus specifically on this. So the 3 Martial Spirit Shards damage is 1644 times 8. And that's pretty much where it ends. 1644 times 8, critical hit rate 100%, right, PvE only. When you put the exponential growth of 10% special attack, this means that 10% extra critical hit damage, it's going to double dip into 10% back attacks or down attacks or floating. I'm not sure if this has floating, never mind. You get the idea. It's going to benefit from all of the double dips as possible. So once you go into the Rising Dragon, however, for Awakening Mystic, you're going to see that this deals significantly less damage. And not just that, it doesn't deal more damage onto the 3 shards. Instead, the pet appears on 3 shards, which boosts its damage. So what we have here is exactly this. On Awakening Mystic, the fact that we have a pet that doesn't deal that much damage and the base ability not dealing that much damage is what causes for that exponential growth of 10% special attack to really not give it benefit as much as it goes for Succession Mystic. So once more, this is one of the reasons for which Succession Mystic has raised in terms of performance compared to Awakening. So once I introduce this concept to you, now you can kind of understand why Succession Mystic, a consistent DPS specialization, is pulling more than a very inconsistent burst-like specialization like Awakening Mystic, because Awakening Mystic has 3 abilities. Everything after the 3 abilities is pathetic and mediocre. These 3 abilities hit very hard, still, don't get me wrong. She has more burst than Succession Mystic for sure, but Succession now has the constant DPS, which Awakening unfortunately simply does not have. And I believe this is the first time ever in the history of Succession Mystic compared to Awakening Mystic where Succession is flat out the overall better specialization. I don't think there has ever been a time into the PvE scene before somebody gets tilted in PvP in comments. You guys love doing that. Well, with that said, guys, I have a lot of things coming your way, and we have guides, Mystic content. I know you guys want to see Mystic content, and yeah, Verdict is a Mystic after all first, not a Maigu. And yeah, guys, if you want to support this channel, you know what to do into the links down below. Less than $1, of course. Mwah. Much love, and I'll see you soon.